welcome to the Upper St. Clair varsity hockey game this evening, sporting your Panthers against arch rival Peters Township. Panthers will be traveling in their home whites, trimmed in red and black, right to left on your TV dial, and with a reverse negative jersey. Peters Township in the same colors, black trimmed in red, trimmed in black and white. So Peters Township stepping up from the ranks from last year, from the AA ranks, now up into the AAA Section 1, sporting an impressive 8-2-2 record in second place here in Section 1, followed by Cannon Mac, the ever-tough Cannon Mac, 13-0, an impressive season. Bethel Park in third place, and Panthers defending Penguin Cup and state champions pulling up the rear with a 5-6-1 record. Coming off a win against Seneca Valley early here in 2012, and with hopes for the Panthers to get this record back to 500. Keys to the game, of course, are going to be the Panthers, especially with this quick Peters Township team. I think are going to have to score quickly here, and you don't want to get down against a team like this that can put the puck in the net. Play comes loose, it'll be shot the length of the ice. They're going to wave icing off here where Crockett will play it but can't get it out. Comes back to the top of the circle, and a drive by Brown will go wide. Taken hard into the boards by number 33, Alibrand. Will be tied up there with two Panthers fighting three red jerseys. Play comes out to Puccetti, and he tries to headman it to Ackerman, but that will go on an offside icing. And with 14:15 remaining, the Panthers will go on a wholesale line change. Panthers pretty much with four big scorers this year. Connor Ackerman leading the way with 7 goals and 7 assists for 14 points. Matt Boyd and Austin Cassidy, two nice freshmen in the top 4 scoring. Matt Boyd with 5 goals, 8 assists for 13 points. Michael Sweeney with a big game the other day with a 5-goal output, with the goal leading 9 with 3 assists, 12 points, and Austin Cassidy, another impressive freshman, 3 goals and 7 assists for 10 points. So Panthers seeing some nice scoring from the youth. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty here where the Panthers will be shorthanded. Mike Pencrott's going to get the gate on a 2-minute minor penalty at 14:03. And the Panthers will find themselves now shorthanded by 1 for the next 2 minutes. Play will be taken by number 57, and Peters Township with a very deep bench here. Kicked around the corner by number 88, Snyder. And a good play by the Panthers, and they'll clear it the length of the ice. And that'll be played by number 29, goaltender Brian Baker. Shot right on, and a good save by Ambrose, our Panther goaltender. He gets the right pad down. 1:04 remaining in the Peters man advantage. Comes around the board to Snyder on a give and go back to the slot area, and the Panthers will be quick to gather it in, and Ackerman will try to beat 3 red jerseys. He'll be taken off the play where Snyder will redirect it across to defense partner Kittleberger. And we'll have a stop and play with 45 seconds remaining in the Indians man advantage.
I don't know who was all selected, but Ambrose was selected for the kill also.
Only one?
I don't know. I think we might have 1 or 2 more kids. I forgot to ask who else.
There it is. Who's on there? Play will be taken by the defense where Brown will kick it in, and he'll be Chased by number 3, Colcom. Play comes around the corner to number 33, Olibrand, and he'll try to redirect it out. Be taken by the Indians, and they get a backhanded shot off, and a good play by Ackerman, and he'll clear the zone. Schmidt. Yep. And it looks like the Panthers are going to sport 3 players here for the upcoming PIHL Class AAA All-Star game here at Rostraver on Sunday, January the 22nd. And that will be Schmidt, Ambrose, and Sweeney, the 3 Panthers that will represent Upper St. Clair. Have to put that game on the calendar. That's always a fun one to watch. Taken by Groom, and he's going to take a backhander and look to change up here where he'll redirect it behind goaltender number 31, Ambrose. Taken by Cassidy, and he looks to backhand it into the corner where Pencrod will play it at center. Comes right off his blade to Sweeney, and he's got Cassidy trailing. Shot's going to go into the meshing, and we'll have a face-off here to the left of the goaltender number 29, Brian Baker. And with 11-12 remaining here in the first, we're scoreless at 0. Good face-off win there for the Panthers. Schmidt redirects it into the corner, and a centering pass goes by the mark, and right back on the attack comes number 88, Schneider. Cole Snyder, a pretty cool first name there. Kept in here by Kittleberger. Oh, and a good save by Ambrose as he looked behind him. But he found the goalie's best friend, his pads, and he covers up for a face-off to the right of the Panther goaltender with 10:52 remaining in the first. Face-off controlled by Peters Township, but nobody home where Leiden will redirect it over to Ackerman. Unable to get it out here. Be careful here. Play is still loose. Panthers still struggling to get it out on a 5-on-5 situation. Snyder's going to try to redirect it, but he'll go back to the point where Spire will play it. Finally going to be picked up here by Alibrand, number 33, and he'll redirect it across the ice to Leiden, and he'll look to take a power move. And be careful here. A 2-on-1 will break out. Shot's going to go off the blocker and over the net. Good save by Ambrose. It comes into the corner where looks like number 28, McCombs, tries to redirect it. Taken by Groom, but he's got 3 Panther white jerseys to get through. Finally, the Panthers just content to chip it back into the attack zone, where right back on the attack comes number 28, Rex. Taken by Zaleski, number 14, who I happen to work with his father at Merrill Lynch. And I'm looking for him in the stands, and I don't see him. Big move there, taken by number 91, and a power move by Groom, but a good save again on the short side by Ambrose. 9:30 here remains in the first. Taken by number 3, Cox, and he'll leave it for Zaleski, and he'll redirect it back to center. Nobody home. Groom just content to backhand it, but right on the tape of number 3, Colcom. And it looks like that'll be shot into the bench area, and with 9:11 remaining, we'll have a face-off in the center ice area. Well, Happy New Year to everyone in 2012. Been a pretty mild winter. Just getting back from the Carolinas, and it certainly was very, very mild there, too. 65-degree mild. But if we could dodge a few of these snowflakes in the next couple days, hasn't been too bad of a January.
Hey, got to figure in a month, pitchers and catchers report to spring training.
In a month, pitchers and catchers do indeed report to spring training. So what I like is the days are getting longer by about a minute every day. So that's pretty depressing, that 5:30, 6 o'clock darkness that we see for those couple of months. It looks like we got a Panthers are going to be on a power play here. Number 76 going to get the gate. Darby Kern, a 2-minute minor penalty, and that penalty will come at the 8:52 mark here of the first. Big face-off win there by the Panthers. Back to the point where right-handed shot Sweeney takes a big drive from the left point. Redirects it where they'll play give and go with Alibrand. He's at the top of the circle, right over to Cassidy, and he looks to take that left-handed shot on the off wing, and a good play by Cassidy to redirect it, but that'll come back outside the zone where Sweeney will have to wait till the Panthers tag up. He takes a power move right on shot. Big save by Baker and a big-time move by Sweeney. Centering pass goes to Cassidy. He's unable to control, and finally Peters Township will kick it out of the zone with 1:15 remaining in the Panther man advantage. Alibrand will take it across the red stripe, and he'll redirect it behind goaltender Baker. And a little mini break here where Sweeney will have to hustle to get back, and he'll beat Groom to the puck. Nice outlet pass on the left wing to Cassidy. He looks to drop it to Ackerman, number 91. Beautiful backdoor pass to Alibrand, but he can't go anywhere, so he'll redirect it behind goaltender Baker. Good play by Sweeney to keep it in. Now you've got to take that power move. Shot, screenshot. Oh, nice save there by Baker off the end of the stick. Going to be corralled in at the corner by Cassidy. A screenshot's going to hit Pencrott in front. Gathered in by Cassidy. He takes a big move. Shot on. It's going to go redirected behind the goal. And finally, Peters Township will take the puck, and they'll shoot it the length of the ice, and they'll look for a line change. Sweeney been out here on an extended shift, and he's still got the wheels moving. Good move by Sweeney. Takes it across the center ice line. Blows around the defenseman. He'll take it behind Baker, and he's got Puccetti tapping his stick on the ice, unable to control where Cassidy will corral it. He'll avoid a check in the corner. Finally, Peters will pick up the loose mail, and we're back to skating 5-on-5. Penalty is over for the Indians. Taken by Cox, number 3, and he'll drive it behind Ambrose. But first to get there will be senior captain Andrew Schmidt. And finally going to be picked up by Boyd, and he'll skate it out of the zone. Play comes back to center where Crockett will gather it in, and he'll look to redirect it to Schmidt. Right back on the attack comes number 77 for Peters Township, Tylinda. Taken by Puccetti, and a good play to get it back to center. Baradone tries to play it, unable to control, and taken right by Crockett, and he'll be content to drive it the length of the ice, and he'll get away with a non-icing call as that hit the exiting player by Peters Township as he was going to the bench. McCombs looks to play it here at center, and once again, Panthers just content to get it out of the zone, shoot it the length of the ice, and right on goaltender number 29, Baker. Good outlet pass to McCombs, and he's going to avoid a check, but he's going to get his pocket picked by Zaleski. Finally, Sweeney right back on the ice after an extended shift on the power play. 5 minutes remains here in the first. Taken by Alibrand, and he'll headman the play to McCombs. Referee down on the ice, and he'll get back up. Taken by number 54, a Burns for Peters Township, and he'll lose his edge. Panthers hanging very nicely here with Peters Township in the early going. Be nice for the Panthers to pick up a little goal here, get Peters back on their heels. And it looks like we're going to have a stop and play here with 4:32 remaining here in the first. And the Panthers will look to go on a wholesale line change. Looks like the Panthers are pretty much playing in the toughest division out of all of them. You've got Section 3 here where Central Catholic in the lead with first place with a 5-6-1 record. We would be definitely tied for first, Dave, in that division, but Shaler with a 3-9 record. Fox Chapel, wow, 3-8, and 0-12. Butler, hard to believe, but the Section 3 teams look to be the weakest in the AAA section. Penn Trafford with an impressive 12-1 record this season in Section 4, and leading in Section 2 is Mount Lebanon with a 9-3-1 record, followed closely by North Allegheny. So, yeah, 2 teams indeed that we have beaten. So, looks like the Panthers are going to pick up another minor penalty here. Number 91, Ackerman, will get the gate. Penalty will come at the 4:14 mark, and the Panthers will have to kill a shorthanded situation for the next 2 minutes. Faceoff will be to the right of the Panther goaltender. Controlled by Peters Township, taken by number 28, and who was unable to control Rex. Comes all the way back to the center ice area where Tylinda will drive it down deep, but nobody home. And unfortunately, Alibrand unable to get it out. Be careful here. Oh, what a save by Ambrose. 2 quick shots at it. It's still loose. And the puck was on the doorstep and finally going to be taken away by number 2, Boyd. And he's going to shoot it as he'll lose his edge. And Peters with a golden opportunity to get that first tally, but Ambrose comes up to the test, and Boyd picks the puck right out in front of the goaltender's best friend and takes it the length of the ice. Good effort there by Schmidt, and he'll drive that play down deep with 1 minute remaining in the man advantage. Well, a little hooking minor, and nothing called as the Peters Township player got the stick up on Cassidy. Panther fans clamoring for a penalty, but to no avail. And that puck will be shot into the bench area with 3:01 remaining here in the first, and 47 seconds remains in the Ackerman minor penalty. And they'll face it off inside the zone for Peters Township. Another face-off win there by the Indians, but the Panthers will steal it and drive it the length of the ice. Baker will come out to play. Be taken by 82, Spire. Redirects it over to Snyder, number 88, and he's going to take a big wrister, and that'll come off the left skate of Schmidt, senior captain, and that goes into the netting behind the goal. And they'll do it again with 24 seconds remaining in the Peters Township penalty. Faceoff kicked into the corner where Sweeney will dig with a couple of the Peters Township. Another high stick into Cassidy's mask, nothing called. And the Panthers do an excellent job to clear that the length of the ice, and that should pretty much do it with 5 seconds remaining in the minor penalty to Ackerman. And we're now back to skating 5-on-5 as the Panthers successfully kill the shorthanded situation. Taken by Rex, and he'll redirect it into the corner, and Schmidt takes the lumber to the Peters Township player. Cassidy tries to get it out, but unable to. Right back to Snyder, and he'll go to the backhand, and a good save by Ambrose. Kicked into the corner by Schmidt on a heads-up defensive play. Schmidt will dig with the Peters Township player, and a good outlet pass, and Cassidy on the move, and he's got Ackerman trailing. Oh, big-time move. Goes to the backhand. Oh, it would have been a highlight reel goal by Cassidy. And he beat 2 Peters Township's player, but he got it to the backhand and couldn't pull the trigger. But he had him point blank from 5, and a good opportunity there individually by number 18, Cassidy. Ackerman with a hit from behind on DeBolt, probably got away with a minor penalty. Taken again by Schneider in the corner, a centering pass, nobody home. Good effort there by number 77, Ty Linda, to keep it in. And finally, Peters Township on a change here, and the Panthers redirect it out, but nobody there to accept the pass, and goes back to number 5. Little mini break here. Be careful here. Cox shot right on. Oh, just goes wide. Had a mini 2-on-0 there, and Tylinda shot it wide behind Ambrose. Or excuse me, that was number 27 that shot that wide. Tylinda was at the point. Scrates shot that puck wide, number 27 in deep. Screen shot again is going to go by Ambrose. It's loose in front. Oh, and he tried to backhand it over the left shoulder of Ambrose with 28 seconds remaining here in the first. All Peters Township here, and the Panthers do an excellent job to shoot that the length of the ice as they had an extended shift on the ice. Big, heavy hit there by Pencrott as he'll ride Tylinda into the board. Schmidt will try to play it. Oh, and there's a heavy hit. Almost a charging call. And he's going to get a minor penalty, probably going to be a charging minor. And that'll do it as he indeed left his feet and took Schmidt to the ice. But a Peters Township minor penalty here to number 3, Cox, and actually kind of stood above the player for a while, but looks like a good call by the official. Looks like we're going to get a interference call. Could have been a charging, but Panthers will start the second period with the man advantage. And a pretty intense first period of play, but we ended up scoreless at 0 with both teams enjoying a couple power play opportunities. Yep, we're going to power off here on the end of the first period, and we'll be right back for the start of the second. And we're back for the start of the second period here. Panthers will enjoy a 5-on-4 advantage. Boy, Panthers skating with a little bit of confidence. Dodged a bullet with a late rally by Peters Township. But boy, if they can sneak a goal in here quickly, I think that's what the doctor's going to order here for Upper St. Clair. A little bit of a delay here. Referee Chet over onto the Peters bench, clearing up a few things, and we're ready to go. Face-off controlled by the Panthers. Taken by Sweeney, and he's going to be hounded by DeBolt. Heavy hit there in the corner where Ackerman will take the lead. He's going to check up, and he'll leave it to Sweeney. A good pass back to Alibrand. Oh, my. Came off the blade of Alibrand, and a mouthpiece is gone. Alibrand takes the puck, drives it around Baker into the corner where Ackerman will be the first to play it, and he takes a heavy hit in the corner. Redirects it over to Sweeney. A wrister right on. Rebounded shot by Pencrott. Nobody home. Back to the point. Alibrand with a drive deflected in front. Cassidy tries to headman it in, and a good effort there. Big save by Baker. Bodies all over the ice here. And again, the Panther faithful clamoring for another minor penalty here. 1:05 remains here in the Panther power play, where Sweeney will weakly direct that into the corner. Kept in nicely by number 33, Alibrand at the point. Sweeney and Alibrand now back to Ackerman playing give and go. Pencrott with a good effort. All Upper St. Clair can't get a shot on, though. Over to Cassidy, and he takes the decision to take it back to the point. Alibrand's got an alley here, and he's going to shoot it, but deflected off the defense of Peters Township, and that'll go into the netting. And with 13:30 remaining here in the second, Panthers still enjoy a man advantage for the next 31 seconds. Face-off taken by Pencrott, driven ahead. Controlled initially by Peters Township, but a good effort to keep it in by Sweeney at the left point. Cassidy in the command position is going to redirect it over to Sweeney. Takes a big drive, rebound in front. Cassidy looks to play it in. Another good save by Baker in front. Cassidy with his second good scoring opportunity on this man advantage. 5 seconds remains. Snyder's going to lose his blade, and a good play again by Sweeney. to redirect it by Groom, and now we're back to skating 5-on-5. Cox looks to ride Ackerman, and he's a big boy for Peters, throwing his weight around. And it's going to be chipped ahead to number 31, Ambrose, and he'll hold on for a stop and play with 12:44 remaining here in the second. Face-off controlled by Peters Township. Tylinda's going to drive Baradone into the boards with a heavy check, and he continues to just skate forward. A big forward of our own, number 48, Baradone. Wow, and Tylinda now throwing his body around as Peters Township picks up the physical play. Taken here by number 27, TJ Scrates, and they'll redirect it ahead. Icing will be called against Peters, and they'll face it off in the attack zone for Upper St. Clair. Late change here by Peters. Looks like Boyd will take the draw. Controlled by the Indians. Good redirect back to center, but Panthers have 4 defenders back. Play comes ahead to Ackerman as he tries to chip it ahead to himself, but a good play by Kittelberger. Careful here, shot right on, off the mask of Ambrose. Centering pass, nobody home, and number 18 with a golden opportunity, Aleva, but a better save by Ambrose. Schmidt will redirect it behind his goaltender. He'll start a rush. Chips it ahead, but too far ahead for Puccetti to control. And once again, Peters will just be content to drive it back into the zone. Play is loose, and be careful here. Peters doing an excellent job keeping it in, and Boyd will finally do a little spinorama move of his own and wisely redirects that back to center. Heavy hit there by Leiden. And Leiden throwing his weight around here in the second. Answering the Peters Township muscle. Finally comes back to number 19, Puccetti, and he'll drive it in, and the Panthers go on a line change of their own. Kittelberger will take it, number 6, and he'll try to beat Alibrand, and that's how you play the body defense 101. Taken by Pencrot, and he's got Cassidy in ahead of the play, but nothing called. Came off the blade and skate of Sweeney right back to the center ice area where Alibrand will take a power move of his own, and wrister from 30, and a good blocker save by Baker. Taken by Pencrot again. He'll try to chip it forward. You got 2 defensemen trapped down deep. Alibrand finally back in his position. And finally Peters content again to just chip it outside the zone. Ambrose will come out to play it. Leaves it for number 33, assistant captain Alibrand. Good play to Pencrot as he'll take it to Cassidy. Tries to go between his legs, unable to control. Finally going to be picked back up by number 18. Looks like the Panthers are on a man advantage as they set it up, but they're skating 5-on-5. Sweeney does a spinorama, shot right on. Cassidy looks for a rebound, redirects it behind to Sweeney. And once again, Peters shoot it the puck, and that'll go into the bench area. And the Panthers with a nice little Dave mini flurry here with the last minute of play. Kirk Carruth on your high-definition Panthers television network along with Dave Ambrose. Happy New Year to you all. And it was a nice couple of weeks off here. Face-off controlled by the Indians, taken by Aleva. Play will come to Crockett, number 4. And he can play both offense and defense. They've got him now on the offensive attack here with McCombs and Baradone. Taken by Zaleski, and he'll wrist it behind his own goaltender towards Aleva. Panthers do an excellent job here, continuing to forecheck very well. Leiden will redirect it ahead to Crockett. Oh, be careful here, Snyder. Oh, my. A golden opportunity for Peters, and boy, kind of a weird penalty here. Kind of the Indians player was skating with his head down, and Panthers are going to be issued with a minor penalty here, and probably going to be an interference call. But it looks like number 28, McCombs, is going to get the gate. 2 minutes for interference indeed, as he upended the Peters Township player who was camped on the doorstep. So that minor penalty to the Panthers will come at the 8:27 mark of the second. And a big face-off win there by the Panthers as they'll clear it the length of the ice. Still scoreless at 0 here in the second period. Both teams had multiple power play opportunities but unable to cash in yet. And we'll see if the Panthers, what they're made of here over the next minute 35. Peters patiently controlling it in the corner in the command position where number 91, Groom, will play it. Comes off the mark, and Alibrand's going to be the first to get there. And he'll clear that the length of the ice where Baker will play the puck, and he'll leave it for number 77, Ty Linda. Outlet pass to number 91, Groom. Comes over to Kittleberger, and he'll drive it with the left-handed shot all the way around to the far board where Schmidt will get there first. Helped out by Ackerman, but unable to get it out, where Kittleberger will fan on it but keep it in. Play is loose, and Boyd takes it. And he does his job as he clears it the length of the ice, and the Panthers go on a quick line change here with 45 seconds remaining in the Peters Township man advantage. Another good effort there by the Panthers as they'll redirect it back into the offensive zone where Cox will play it on the far corner and tries to get it around Leiden. And oh boy, and again, that looks like that came outside the zone. No referee was on the blue stripe. Peters Township perhaps got away with one here. Good play by, and he's pulled right down in front. Alibrand on a minor penalty, nothing called. Boy, taken right out in front of the referee and nothing called. Cassidy's going to beat 3 players, and he's pulled down, nothing called. Good effort there by Cassidy, and that'll do it for the Indian man advantage. Back to skating 5-on-5. And Peters Township will indeed be guilty of an icing call, but a brilliant individual effort there by Cassidy again as he beat 3 individual Peters Township players. Kind of had the stick work taken to him, nothing called, but Peters dodging a couple little perhaps minor penalties that they dodge. And with a 5-on-5 situation, face-off win by Sweeney, and a good opportunity, but unable to pull the trigger was Pencrott. And looks like we're going to finally get the minor penalty as Sweeney is pulled down, and looks like we're going to start alternating penalties here. Number 27 is going to get a tripping minor. TJ Scrates. And Dave's going to the jacket like I went to the jackets. Yeah, I had to put the microphone down for the jacket about 5 minutes ago, and my cameraman did the same thing. It was started out pretty warm in here, and now getting a little chilly. 6:13 the time of the penalty. Panthers on a power play for the next 2 minutes for the tripping minor by Skates. Taken by Cassidy, and he redirects it to Alibrand, where he'll play the give and go with Sweeney. Dumps it down behind the goal. Ackerman looks to chip it in front to Pencrott, and he's tied up behind the goal. Cassidy will take matters into his own hands as he'll redirect it back to Sweeney. Back to Ackerman, and he'll spin-a-rama move and beat the Zaleski in the corner. Centering pass, Pencrott unable to control. Finally, Pencrott redirects it over to Cassidy. He's going to take a big shot, and that's going to come off the glass. And finally, the Indians will clear it back to center with 1:05 remaining in the Panther man advantage. Sweeney will lead the rush as he'll cross the center stripe with a head of steam. Takes a big shot, and a good save again. Blocker save by Baker, and we'll have a whistle here with 52 seconds remaining in the power play for Upper St. Clair. 5:05 here in the second. In a pretty evenly matched game here. Scoreless at 0. Face-off controlled by the Panthers. Sweeney's going to come down the slot. Oh, my. Hit his own player as Boyd was going to the net. And that was labeled for the upper left-hand corner, and it came off the left calf of Boyd as he was crossing through the center ice area. Taken by Sweeney. He's got Ackerman trailing, unable to get that shot off as it goes behind the goal. He tries to stuff it in, goes through the crease where Cassidy will pick it up. 24 seconds in the man advantage. Taken by Ackerman, he looks to center to Boyd, nobody home. Oh, be careful here, and oh boy, Alibrand took the wood to Rex, number 28, and probably got away with a cross check. Peters Township fans clamoring for a penalty. Finally, with 5 seconds to go, Alibrand will wrist it right on, and that'll be gloved by the Indian goaltender. And with 1 second remaining, they'll face it off to the left of goaltender Baker. Just got some news about the Penguin Cup semifinals and finals this year. They will be unable to have the semifinals and finals at the Consol Energy Center. They will only be hosting the finals at the Consol Energy Center, and the semifinal games will be played at the Robert Morris Center. I'm not sure if it was a scheduling conflict or what, but boy, always a treat to go to the beautiful new facility down at the Penguin Arena. Face-off controlled by the Indians, where McDonough looks to play it. Unable to get it out. Looks like this will be the first shift for this line. Brown, number 13, Jacob Brown, takes it, give it up to number 91, Groom. Good play there by Crockett, and he'll lead the rush back 3-on-2, and he'll take a shot from the center ice area, and that'll be a blocker save by Baker. Good outlet pass, and he gets up ahead of steam, where Groom's going to take on the off wing, and that's how you play the body. Good defensive effort there by number 36, Lydon. All the way back where number 13, Brown, will corral the puck, and he'll shoot it into the He's like a sitting duck over there. Bill Schmidt, the father of Andrew Schmidt, the cameraman, our local cameraman, had to duck. He's in puck-eating territory, as we used to say at the old Igloo. 3:17 remains here in the second. Face-off win by the Indians, where take that play to into the corner where number, sure if that's 76, Darby Kern. Shot's going to be right on again from the center ice area, and Baker will hold on. And with 2:53, we'll have a face-off again in the attack zone for Upper St. Clair. Scoring leaders for the PIHL, 3 of the top 10 coming from the Penn Trafford team. Pretty impressive. Dan Meyer and Sadrowski, 1 and 2, followed by the 7th best scorer, Joseph Boyer of Penn Trafford. So that team always finds a way to find some good scorers. Panthers unable to crack the top 10 in scoring.
Unable to crack the top 25.
Unable to crack the top 25, I'm now told. But indeed, it's a young team. And again, I think the goal here is the Panthers, in my opinion, Dave, have gained confidence as the season has gone on. Good save there by Ambrose. And again, if not for a couple late goals, boy, I think they dominated they beat the 2 number 1 teams, as you said earlier, and actually had a lead against the undefeated Cannon Mac team, and that game could have gone either way. 1:53 remains, where Zaleski will look to play it down deep. Number 14, and he tries to headman it to Oliva, unable to control. Taken by Pencrott, number 16. Seems like both teams now playing a little bit more of a cautious game here. Cassidy looks to play it ahead, and a good effort there by Tylinda as he'll take him off the play. Back to the point where Leiden will play it, and that's going to get redirected in front where Zaleski chips it away from his goaltender. 1:15 remains here in the second. Play comes back to center, and Schmidt unable to keep it in, and he'll have to chase all the way back into his zone. Taken by Sweeney. And that play is going to go in offside. And with 1:04 remaining, we'll face it off just outside the blue line for Peters Township. Face-off controlled by the Indians, where Snyder will drive it down deep, where Schmidt will play it around the corner. Good effort there. Oh, and takes a cross-check to backhander. Here comes Pencrott on a backhand shot. Oh, right on. Golden opportunity there. And looks like we're going to have a high stick here on Cassidy, against Cassidy. And boy, I'll tell you, Peters with the stick work here. Looks like they're going to be, nothing's going to be called. I thought referee Chet was going to blow the whistle. Looks like Cassidy went to his mouth and got a little bit of stick work, but nothing called. And with 46 seconds remaining, they're going to play on 5-on-5 here. Boy, a golden opportunity there by number 16, Pencrott, as he had a mini little breakaway. Able to get the shot on, but a better save by Baker. And a pretty evenly matched game here by both teams. Oh, what a shot and save by Ambrose as Snyder split the defense, and a late save by Ambrose. And we may look back on that, folks. Last thing you want to do is give up a goal in the last minute of play here. Ambrose from 3 feet point blank range comes up to the task. And with 5 seconds to go, that'll do it, folks. Play will come to an end here in the second. And a very, very evenly matched contest here. Both teams with multiple power play opportunities, but goaltending by Ambrose and goaltending by Baker, so far the stars of the first 2 periods. So an exciting game here, a quick-moving first 2 periods. We'll let them both go into the showers. We'll let them cut the ice. And don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back for 15 minutes of play here in a moment. And we're back for third period action. Scoreless here at 0. Dave and I were just talking about the bleak Pittsburgh sports scene the past week and a half with our Steelers going down to Denver and Pitt Panther basketball team on a mini slide, and went to the Penguin game the other day and said, wow, I spent money to watch the Penguins go down 5-1 against the Ottawa Senators. So we'll
For high school hockey.
high school hockey is living large and $3 admission. You can't beat the ticket, if you will. So come on out. Speaking of coming on out, our Upper St. Clair Senior Night's going to be early this year. It will be next Friday. I think that is January, what,
20th.
the 20th.
Game starts at 7, festivities start at
6:30, 6:25 festivities will start here at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon. Game at 7 o'clock. Senior night with Erie McDowell. And come on out and support our only 3 seniors graduating this year. So again, the Panthers with a very young team. Oh my, Sweeney looked to take it Broadway all the way down Main Street. Unable to get that backhanded shot off, and Peters Township going to kick it the length of the ice and played by Ambrose. He'll leave it for number 3, Colcomb. Redirects it to Cassidy, and he'll try to headman that play to Pencrott. Kept in neatly. Here comes Sweeney. Big move. Oh, and that comes off his blade. Good defensive effort there by the Indians. Kept in at the left point by Alabram. Goes all the way around. Oh, and little interference play over in the corner as both Sweeney and number 88 for Peters Township go down. Snyder. Nothing called, and with 13:52 to go, Panthers will have a face-off to the left of number 29 goaltender Baker. Face-off win by Peters Township, and that'll get redirected back to number 91 Ackerman. Play comes around to Puccetti, number 19. Loose in front, oh my, and Ackerman had a golden opportunity, and he's unable to cash in. Right back on the attack comes another 91 in Groom, and he's taken heavily off the play. Good check there by the Panthers. Back to the left point here, be careful here. Taken by Kittleberger, and he's unable to control. Drop pass where Rex will play it. Cox will play it. Taken into the left corner here and back to the center ice area. Puccetti looks to play it, but in ahead of the play is number 91 Ackerman. And we'll have an offside with 13:02 remaining here in the third. Face-off controlled and taken by Crockett on a nifty little win there by number 4. Redirected around the near side here. Oh, heavy hit on McCombs, and he'll be put to the ice. Crockett will return the favor here, and that'll be picked up by Baradone, and he looks to headman it to Crockett. This line working hard. Oh, my. Heavy hit there against Baradone, but he just keeps getting up and skating. Dump back in where Alabran will redirect it into the corner. Going to be taken by number 27, Scrates. Kind of hits a metal partition up against the glass and unable to get it out. A good play there by Colcomb in the corner. Panthers have to get clear of this zone. Good play by McDonough, and they'll keep it in. Panthers still at a loss here to get it out. This line's been out here actually on an extended shift. Be careful here. A loose play in front. Oh, my, and Darby tried to get a shot off, and she was unable to control. And looks like a holding minor penalty will be issued to Peters Township. Wow, big break here for the Panthers. Scrates is going to get the minor at the 11:52 mark. Boy, Panthers out on an extended shift, Dave. And Panthers get a big break here with a minor penalty called to number 27 for Peters, and at the 11:52 mark, the Panthers have the turkey on the table for the next 2 minutes. Taken by Sweeney, and he'll redirect it to Alabran. Outlet pass to number 18, Cassidy, on the off wing. Looks like he'll be heading to Detroit tomorrow morning for a tournament. on this Martin Luther King weekend. A lot of hockey to be played. .129 remaining. Panthers unable to get a shot off on this man advantage. Play is still loose where Ackerman will take it. Picked up by Cassidy, and he'll lose the blade. And they'll clear it the length of the ice. And with 1:11 remaining here, Panthers still looking for their first shot on goal. You can hear the coaching staff for the Panthers say, come on here. Panthers getting a little bit frustrated here, and a golden opportunity again here by Pencrott. He's unable to pull the trigger as his stick was caught by the Peters defense. Tries to redirect it out, and good effort there by Pencrott to keep it in, and bodies all over the ice. Play is still loose with 40 seconds remaining, and swatted out of the air like a baseball and cleared the length of the ice. And the Panthers with one last rush here with 31 seconds remaining in the power play. Cassidy will take it. He'll leave it for Pencrott. He's going to rip it. Shot. What a glove save by Baker. And he says no, and that was labeled for the far corner. And another big-time save by the Peters goaltender. And the Panthers now with 21 seconds remaining, still looking to get that first goal of the evening. 0-0 with 10:13 to go in the third. Big face-off win there by Boyd. Comes back to the point. One last effort here. Alibrand will wrist it. Shot right on. Oh, rebound almost goes in. Almost put in by Kittleberger. As he took that right by the near post. Taken by Boyd, and he's going to have that come off his blade. Back to skating 5-on-5. Peters successfully kills the shorthanded situation. Taken by Ackerman. He'll play give and go with Boyd. Play comes all the way behind the Peters goal. Cassidy in front. Shot deflected by Baker into the corner. It's still loose. Looks to center. It is still loose. And finally Peters skates it out of the zone. Right back on the attack comes number 57, DeBolt. Shot right on. Good save by Ambrose. Rebound goes into the corner. And Ambrose will hold on. A little bit of a giveaway there. Ambrose didn't know to come out or try to trap the puck. Actually gave him a second chance opportunity, and Ambrose up to the task. And the Panthers dodge a little minor bullet there with 9:20 to go here in the third. We're still scoreless at 0. Very evenly matched game. Both teams with the physical play. Both teams with pretty much even scoring opportunities, and probably both having the same amount of power plays as well. So hopefully the Panthers can keep it clean here on the penalties for the remainder of the contest. And you certainly don't want this game to come down to a specialty play. Taken by Crockett in the corner, and he'll redirect it to McCombs, number 28, and he'll bank it the length of the ice, but unfortunately he'll be called and guilty of an icing play. And with 8:42 remaining in the third, they'll face it off in the attack zone for Peters Township. Oh my, face-off win by Sweeney, and he goes to clear the puck and almost shot it right in on Ambrose. It went just wide. And kept in neatly by Zaleski in the corner. Play comes up, and they'll play a jump ball for it where DeBolt will try to play it. Finally back to Ty Linda, and he'll wrist it from center ice, played by Schmidt. He'll bank it back where Zaleski will play it, and he'll return the favor and use the glass. Here comes Sweeney, and he'll try to beat Zaleski, but boy, Zaleski quick on his skates here, fighting a back injury from a weekend tournament in the DC area. Taken by Ty Linda here, and a dangerous pass right in front to Zaleski. 9 irons it back to center where Schneider's unable to control. Going to be picked up here by number 36, Leiden, and he'll take a heads-up play to take it around the far board where nobody's home. Pencrott will pick up the mail. Schmidt will run back into Pencrott. Panthers look a little disorganized here. Taken by Schmidt, and he'll bank it into center ice board right in front of us here where Pencrott will look to play it ahead to Cassidy, and he does. Has Boyd in the center. Shot. Oh, my, and Boyd couldn't pull the trigger. He had to go to the skate. Right in front, Cassidy with a backhand goes off the defensive blade. Good scoring opportunity there. Cassidy unable to kind of set it up, and he'll avoid a check in the corner. Heads up play by number 2, Boyd. Finally going to be cleared the length of the ice where Ambrose will cover up. And a good scoring opportunity for the Panthers. Cassidy to Boyd, and Boyd had to go to the left skate, and by the time he got it on the blade, a couple Peters Township defensemen were quick to close on him. 6:57 remains here in the third. Shot right on. Oh, my. Big face-off win there by the Indians, and a shot right on, and Ambrose will cradle it in the belly. And they'll do it again here in a kind of a mini set play there. I think Cox, not sure if he took the last draw, but pretty much Ambrose had to be up for the test there. Well, we'll see what happens. 6:43 remains. If the score ends like this, we'll go to a 5-minute sudden death overtime. And like Dave said earlier, with 15 minutes of play, we might be playing 20 more minutes here. Play comes around the near board where Colcomb will try to play it, and he'll take a pass right across the slot area over to Alibrand. Icing's going to be waved off where number 7, McDonough, will play it for Peters. Takes it around the far board to number 18, where he'll head man the play to DeBolt. Drop pass to Cox, a wrister, and a glove save of his own. Nobody better in the PIHL than Ambrose, and he gets that right paw up with 5:59 now remaining. All-star goaltender. And they'll face it off to the right of number 31 for the Panthers. Face-off win by Peters Township, but stolen by Cassidy. Looks to beat Zaleski here as he'll headman it to Pencrott, and Baker will hold on. And both goaltenders now taking no chances, Dave. Any opportunity they have to hold on to the puck, they'll go for the face-off. And they'll face it off in the attack area for Upper St. Clair. Face-off win there again by Peters Township, but going to be redirected by Schmidt at center, and he'll bank it back where Tylinda will have to play it. Comes around the near board here to DeBolt. Good speed stop there by Sweeney, and he's beaten 3 Peters Township players and tries to direct it ahead to Cassidy, and that'll go ahead of the play. Zaleski will headman the play to DeBolt. Little drop pass area. Be careful here. Backhanded effort by Oliva, unable to control. Centering pass goes by the mark with 5:10 remaining here in the third. Sweeney will avoid Schmidt in the corner. He'll dump it back. Zaleski with a heads-up play on the backhand. Right to DeBolt. Right to Captain Schneider, number 88. Picked off by number 97, our assistant captain, Sweeney. Looks to take a big move. He takes it himself. He's going to get his pocket picked by Reck. Batted out of the air is Cassidy, and right back on the attack comes Rex. Number 28, he'll hold it up. Oh, my, had Schneider, and he couldn't pull the trigger. Tried to one-time it, and then at the last minute decided to try to stop it. Should have just batted it out of the air. A shot right on. Oh, and it waffles as it goes to the net. And Puccetti with a golden opportunity. And Baker will hold on with 4:21 remaining here in the third. And everybody is on pins and needles, even the fans. Crowd pretty much been quieted here, but a good game to watch. Not Very exciting from the goal scoring standpoint, but stellar defensive effort by both goaltenders here this evening. Play comes to Cox, number 3, and he's going to be redirected wide. And a good poke check there by Ackerman, and he tries to beat Cox back into play, and a heads-up play by Cox as he beats Ackerman to the play. 4 minutes remains here in the third. Spire's going to drive it down deep with nobody home, where Ackerman will redirect it into the corner. Be careful here. He's going to take a shot from the corner, and he marched right into the slot area, was number 91. Finally, Alibrand's going to lead it back. We've got to beat 3 defensive players. Shot right on by Boyd. Comes off the shin guard of Killebrand. Taken in a wide angle shot. It's loose. And Puccetti tries to jam it in down deep, but Baker's going to hold on. And again, another good scoring opportunity for Upper St. Clair, but Baker says no. And with 3:24 remaining, we'll face it off again to the right of the Indian goaltender. Face-off controlled by Sweeney, but unable to get there was a Panther to help out, where DeBolt will pick his pocket. Good play again by Leyden, who's having a great defensive game for the Panthers. Taken by Baker, and he'll play it. Icing will be waved off. It goes to the far corner. Good little poke check ahead by number 13, Jake Brown. Back to the point. A nice shot there by Pencrott, but a blocker save again by Baker, who redirects it into the corner. Careful here. The dangerous shot almost above the glass into the stands, but that'll stay in the rink area. Back to center again. Brown's going to have to wait for his offensive partner DeBolt to get on side, where he'll look to change up to get the fresh troops on the ice. Sweeney will get his pocket pick. Right back comes Schneider. Be careful here, and that's how you play the body. Peters still gets their own rebound here. Shot from the corner, redirected by Ambrose in the corner. Taken again by Schneider, and a heavy hit. And a late call here. Looks like we're going to get an interference call. I don't know how that was interference. Might have been more high sticking than an interference play, but to no avail. Panthers take a late penalty here with 2:13 to go in the third. And now Peters will be salivating here with a man advantage for the remainder pretty much of the contest here, and skating 5-on-4. Wouldn't be surprised if Peters would use their timeout here. And indeed they are. And that minor penalty will go to number 16, Michael Pencrott. And the Panthers now will have to really dodge a bullet, and I think Peters will be bringing everything in the kitchen sink. And who knows, maybe you get an odd man break out of this, but the important thing you have to do is try to at least kill this thing and get this into a extra 5-minute overtime here. It would almost be fitting, Dave, if this game ended in a tie, because it's been a pretty evenly matched contest. But the Panthers have their work cut out for them for the next 2 minutes. A pretty smart decision to use that timeout, rest the troops. You well know in high school hockey, a lot of the same, pretty much a lot of these teams go with mainly 2 lines. So they get the lion's share of the play. So again, youth is on their side for sure. And here we go. Face off to the right of Ambrose. Boyd will take the draw against Snyder. Snyder wins it cleanly. Back to the point in the command position. Kildebrand over to Tylinda. Back to Kildebrand. Shot, good save there by Ackerman as he'll block that in front. Kildeberger, I'm sorry. Not Kildebrand. Played by Brown behind the goal. Picked off by Ackerman as he'll disrupt the play, and right comes back Snyder, number 88. He's on the off wing, the right-handed shot on the left play, and that comes back to center. And this is what I was talking about, an odd man break here. Kittleberger tries to get back. Comes right back in the slot. Oh, Snyder with a shot, but blocked neatly by Alibrand. Oh, and a bad break as that was deflected into the bench area with a stop and play, and Alibrand had an opportunity to clear that the length of the ice, but deflected by a Peters Township stick. Apparently not as right. I thought it might have been, but anyway, they're going to have that face-off in the attack zone for Peters. And with 1:14 remaining in the man advantage, Panthers still have to kill a shorthanded situation. Kept neatly in by Rex, number 28, over to Schneider. He's got a couple players down deep. He decides to go back to Kittleberger. Unable to get it out is Upper St. Clair with 56 to go in the man advantage. Ty Linda with a shot off the skate of Schmidt, and a good effort there by Sweeney. And here comes Cassidy on a mini break. Oh, and he loses his edge. Tried to avoid a check and tried to actually headman it to himself, and he comes up a little bit limp here. Taken by Schneider again, and he'll drive it way wide, played by Boyd. He dumps it back to center with 42 seconds remaining in the third. 25 on the man advantage for Peters. Good effort there by Alibrand, and a good play to clear the zone with 17 seconds in the man advantage. One last rush here. Here comes Cox, number 3, left-handed shot. He takes a power move into the corner, beats Alibrand. Shot, oh my, right in front. Rebound saved by Ambrose. And the Panthers will shoot it into the crowd. And with 1 second remaining, a rebound situation, and Ambrose comes up huge late in the contest. And we will definitely look back on that save. And that puck came right out in front. And from 5 feet, shot it right into the pads, and Ambrose comes up big. 1 second remains now in the man advantage. 14 seconds in the third. And they'll have the face-off won by Peters. Stolen by Sweeney, and they got a mini 2-on-1 here. Oh, and Cassidy just in ahead of the play, ahead of Boyd. And they'll face it off just outside the blue line here with 6.7 seconds remaining. But Panthers in control with the territorial advantage here late in the third. Face-off control, be careful here. Backhanded shot, big save, rebound. That'll go into the corner, and that'll do it. And we are at the end of regulation, just like Dave Ambrose said here. Applause on both sides of the ice. And with no time left, we'll go to the fourth and 5-minute overtime period. Sudden death. Third overtime game of the season, and unlike the new NFL rules, which really didn't matter because they scored a touchdown in 11 seconds, it will be the first goal wins. And at the end of 5 minutes, if we are knotted at 0, that's how the game will end. You wonder if one day they'll initiate a shootout scenario, which is always very exciting that they do in the NHL. Well, hopefully Glenn at Channel 7 will send us our overtime pay as we're putting in extra duty tonight. There was a time in the old days when we wouldn't run these on a disc, but we ran them on little tape, and we would run out of tape a lot of times. So, but we have an IT guy on the camera, so all is good. And here we go, folks. Extra period of play. Shot right on off the boards. Ambrose will take no chances here, and he'll hold on. And we'll face it off to the left of the Panther goaltender. Face-off will be taken and controlled by Peters Township. One back to McDonough at the point. He fakes a shot, redirects it into the corner to Cox. Back behind number 88, Captain Schneider. Shoots it in front, but nobody home. Taken by number 13, Brown. Panthers just content to clear it the length of the ice, but right on goal. So icing will be waved off as Baker had to play that. Redirects it into the corner where Jake Brown will play that. Back to center. Picked up by Schneider. Gets his pocket picked by Ackerman, number 91. He leads a rush. And he tries to split the defense, but quick to get on the play is two defensemen where Puccetti will lose his blade. Taken by Ackerman. He has Boyd in front, nobody home. Pulled down in the corner, nothing called. Ackerman involved with Brown. Chips it back to center where Snyder comes back on a 3-on-2. He's got Cox trailing. Good play by Puccetti to follow up, but he can't get it out. Helped out here by Colcom. He'll take a heavy hit in the corner, kept in by Schneider. And finally back to the play. Alibrand will pick it up. Be careful here. Panthers caught in a change. Heavy hit there and held on by Upper St. Clair, and a little bit of extracurricular down there by Colcom, and nothing called. They'll skate away. And with 3:28 to go here in the overtime period, next goal will win. We're tied at 0. Right back, shot right on, blocked by Cassidy, and a good effort there by Skates. Picked up by Sweeney. Takes a power move. He looks to score. Oh my! Look to score, and a big save by Brown, and he got it off, Dave. He got the right-handed shot off. It went right into the cradle position, and Sweeney had position on the defense and took a big move, and Sweeney loves to shine in moments like this. Got the winning goal in overtime against Cannon Mac to win the Penguin Cup last season and go on to a state championship in the Harrisburg area. So 3:10 remaining. Sweeney thrives in moments like this, and he'll take the faceoff here to the right of goaltender Brown. Faceoff controlled by Peters Township, blocked down with a high stick by Cassidy, but that's going to be waved off. 3 minutes remains in the extra period. Sweeney all over the ice here, mixing it up with the Peters player in the far board. Be careful here. Big time picked his pocket again. Sweeney's got to beat 3 defenders, though. He takes it wide. He has Cassidy trailing and unable to get it to him. Back to center, and here comes Groom. Got a head of steam. What a defensive effort by Schmidt. The senior captain comes up big, and Groom had the angle on him. And late to the play was Schmidt, and he had a game-saving defensive effort here against Groom. Here comes Sweeney on a loose puck from Zaleski. He'll tee it up, shoots it wide. All the way across to Snyder. Right back on the attack comes Peter. DeBolt with Cox trailing, leaves it for Cox. Still loose in the center. Picked up by Schneider, redirects it to DeBolt. 2:04 remains in the fourth. Deflected goes wide and into the meshing, and with 2:01 remaining, we will have another face-off to the right of the Panther goaltender, and both teams are giving it their all, Dave. They're certainly not playing for the tie, and you got to admire that. Face-off taken and won again by Peters. I think they've had the upper hand on the face-offs, which is normally a Upper St. Clair strength here. And the Panthers will indeed be guilty of a icing call here with 1:51 remaining. And they'll face it off to the right of goaltender Ambrose as both teams skate 5-on-5. Big face-off win there for Upper St. Clair as Boyd controls it to Alibrand, and he'll redirect it out of the zone, but that'll be kicked right back in by Peters on an offside play. And they'll face it off just outside the blue stripe. Center ice face-off taken and controlled by Upper St. Clair. Redirected ahead to Zaleski. Zaleski, the defenseman, the left-handed shot on the right point. Play comes to Puccetti, and he looks to redirect it ahead to Boyd. Heavy hit there by Ackerman against Snyder. Taken by Zaleski, and he looks to redirect it right in front. Cox, and a good save again by Ambrose when he can see the puck from 20. No problem, he says. And a heads-up play as he got the stick angled into the, redirected the puck into the meshing. And with 1:15 remaining here in the OT, face-off will be inside the zone, and I think the Panthers now will exercise their one and only timeout. And both teams will skate to the bench. Both goaltenders now, been at goaltenders contest, pretty much in the top 4 of PIHL play. Brian Baker, number 2 ranked behind the Norwin goaltender Cromling. 10 games played with a 7-2-1 record, sporting a 1.67 goals against with a .917 save percentage. And Michael Ambrose in the 4th position, sandwiched between Michael Cheswick from Penn Trafford and Upper St. Clair goaltender with a 3.0 goals against and a .896 goals against average. And here come the fans. Upper St. Clair fans getting very loud, supporting their team. Big face-off win there by the Panthers. Oh, right in front of loose play, and Ambrose quick again to get the left pad down. All Peters Township here with a minute to go. Finally comes back where Cassidy will lead the rush out. He comes back 2-on-3. Rister, and a good save by Baker in the corner. He'll avoid a check. Picked up here again. It's loose. Oh, and Sweeney goes sliding across the ice like Bobby Orr. 45 seconds remaining. And Peters will shoot the puck the length of the ice, and another end-to-end action here. And that play all started with Cassidy leading the rush out, able to get the shot towards the goal. Sweeney diving across the crease but unable to connect with a loose puck. And Peters content to ice the puck with 40.7 seconds remaining here in the 4th period of play. Late change here by Peters where they'll control another face-off. Redirects it on the far boards where DeBolt unable to control. Taken by Schmidt with a big defensive effort here in overtime. Cassidy avoids a check right on the stick of Boyd. Cassidy looks to get back into play with 20 seconds remaining in the 4th. Cleared the length of the ice. Icing will be waved off. Picked up by Schmidt here. Good heads-up play, and he'll avoid a check as he'll leave that for Alibrand. Dangerous pass in the slot area. Picked up by Cassidy, and he'll try to beat Spire around the corner. 3 seconds to go, and that'll do it, Dave. This contest will end in a fitting 0-0 tie. And a much-deserved shutout by both goaltenders, who will both be our number 1 stars of the game. Peters Township and goaltender Brown, and Upper St. Clair goaltender Michael Ambrose will get the number 1 star. And a very, very evenly matched contest tonight. Both teams had ample opportunities to score, multiple power play opportunities. But I think a big notch in the belt for the Panthers to be able to, seems that they can raise their game, Dave, to the level of competition that they play. And they are a very, very difficult team. This would be a team that if they would eke into the playoffs, You wouldn't want to play this team in the first round.
Into the playoffs, they're currently tied
Yeah.
for the 7th seed.
It's tied for the 7th. So again, you get spoiled thinking you have to be above 500 sometimes to get in. But as you said, currently would be in the 7th seed here. But this is, again, a team you wouldn't want to run into. Even though they're very young, this would be a team you certainly would not want to play in the first round. So, again, a very interesting game. Not too often. I don't think I've ever called a 0-0 game, to be honest with you. But a very, very well played and probably much deserving finish. This would have been a heartbreaker to lose for either side of the equation. So, again, a pretty interesting game back here in 2012 for our first game. Still keeps the Panthers below 500 by 1 game. But, again, Panthers definitely can take and hang their hat against a pretty formidable component here with the Peters Township Indians, currently in the 2nd slot in Section 1. So exciting contest. We'll do it again here on the Panthers Television Network next Friday night, senior night here again, January the 20th at 7 o'clock. So if you're not doing anything, come on out, support our seniors. So for Dave Ambrose, a special thank you. On the camera, I'm Kurt Carruth signing off tonight on your Panthers Television Network. Good night, everybody.